Why is verifying victims for reparations challenging? Imagine trying to piece together a puzzle with missing or damaged pieces. That's often what verifying victims for reparations feels like in international humanitarian law. When conflicts happen, records get lost or destroyed, making it hard to confirm who was harmed. Victims might not have official documents like medical reports or legal papers because they fled or were displaced. For example, survivors of conflict-related sexual violence may find it retraumatizing to recount their stories repeatedly, especially if they have no proof to back up their claims. Some programs try to make things easier by assuming victims are telling the truth and shifting the burden onto authorities to disprove claims. But even then, verifying who qualifies can be tough because of limited resources and evidence. Political factors also play a role. Governments or organizations might choose to prioritize certain groups over others, leading to accusations of bias or unfairness. For instance, victims linked to armed groups or male victims of sexual violence might be left out of reparations programs, even though they suffered serious harm. This selectivity can undermine the fairness of the process and make it harder for all victims to get justice. Legal boundaries add more complications. International courts like the International Criminal Court focus mainly on punishing individuals, not on making sure entire communities get reparations. While the court can order reparations, it depends on other bodies or governments to carry them out. Regional courts can also award reparations but often lack the power to enforce them or hold states accountable directly. This makes it tricky to ensure victims actually receive what they are owed. Another challenge is balancing the need for accountability with caring for victims. Sometimes, the focus on punishing perpetrators delays or reduces efforts to provide reparations. Effective justice needs to include truth-telling, accountability, and redress all at once. Finally, verifying victims requires specialized support. Many programs work with non-governmental organizations to help victims navigate complicated paperwork and avoid further trauma. This support is vital because the process can be overwhelming and logistically difficult, especially for those who have lost everything. All these factors show why verifying victims for reparations is so complex. It involves gathering evidence, navigating legal limits, addressing political biases, and protecting victims from harm. That's why designing fair and accessible reparation systems needs to be sensitive to these realities and focused on genuine justice for those who have suffered.